no, that's not right because it's 9 here. She's like, no, it's 10 o'clock there. The clocks went forward. It's summertime. And I started crying because I was like, I didn't really want to go to church, but I did want to go because I was searching. But I kind of just went to please my brother. And if I give my word to someone, I do it. I have integrity like that. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be late. I hate being late. And so I was crying, and I'm like, Mom, I gotta go. And normally I would take the bus to the train station, and because it was like a 15-minute walk, and I ran. Wow. I ran the whole way crying. And then I finally got on the first train, and I got on the train thinking that I wasn't going to make it, but I still got on the train, and I called Tim, and I'm like, Tim, I'm not going to make it. I didn't realize it was summertime, and I'm in the train now, and I'm not going to be on time, and I'm not going to make it. And he's like, Tim, calm down, it's fine. Because there's been a fire in the underground, so most of the lines have delayed or it's closed. And a lot of people forgot that it was actually summertime, so we're starting an hour later. And I'm like, and he's like, God's got it all worked out for you. And I'm like, great, see you then. And I was like, all right. And I got there, and the first person I met was Jock. The first person. Wow. So I came in, and I was like, there's a church here. And it was really weird for me, because I'm used to church buildings. Because I was used to Protestant. And so I walk into this international student house, and I'm like, this is really weird. And so I walk in, and I'm like, is there a church here? And they're like, yeah, it's upstairs. And I'm like, all right. And so I walk in, and the first person who sees Jack's like, hi, you must be Kim. And I'm like, yeah, you are going to love my wife. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then the singing started, and I'm like, where's the instrument? Where's the organ?
I know, right?
I'm confused. I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, and I'm sitting somewhere in the back, and I don't remember what the sermon was about. I just remember all the girls afterwards sitting around me. I just remember Jeanette, Leanne, Christine. I just remember all these girls sitting around me. And then Jeanette and Leanne, I remember Jeanette was working in Windsor. Yeah. And so my first study was with Leanne, highly pregnant Leanne, sitting with me in Starbucks, telling me that Jeanette couldn't make it because she was running late at work. And Leanne and Jeanette, we studied all the way. They studied all the way through with me. And Jeanette was she was the first sister who prayed with me in English.
English.
Yeah. She gave me the Lion Never Sleeps before I even got baptized. She's like, here, read this. And I'm like, all right. It actually helped. And she helped me when I went back to the Netherlands because my internship finished. And so I was like, I did one Bible study. I went to 2 services. And I went back to the Netherlands. But I was looking for a job there. And then my internship heard about it. They offered me a position. Not only that, they told me I could think about it for a month. What job does that?
None.
I know. And they told me, go home, you have a month to think about it. And I'm like, okay. And I went back. Obviously, I made the decision to come back, but not like to work there. And I brought my quote-unquote best friend with me. He was an atheist. And so that didn't go very well. And eventually she persecuted me. And then she eventually got so homesick that she left to go back home. But that was totally God because Jeanette and Leanne both prayed so hard that God totally made my path straight. And that was when I was coming up to 3 months as a disciple, and that's when I moved in with the sisters in the sisters' household, and that's when it really kicked off. It's really awesome because Jeanette went there all the way. When I was at home, I celebrated my birthday at home. Everybody sent me an email. She helped me find a place to stay. She went and looked for houses. She actually went and huge apartments for us while we weren't even there. And we were me and Joella, the girl, we were joking. My dad says we're gonna have to live in a cardboard box. I'm like, no, we're not gonna live in a cardboard box. What are you talking about? But it was really amazing. And then I started living with Trista, Megan, and Christine. And we had these crazy mornings where we had a devotional at 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to be at work at a crazy hour at 7. So we would have Devo at 5 o'clock in the morning. And Megan was hilarious. Megan, her devotionals, I would have to learn. My devotionals were all learning the first principles. Yeah. The girls would be sitting opposite me, and I would be teaching them the first principles, and they would go, but I don't want to speak God's word. And I'm like, okay, let's look at Psalm 119. I didn't know what to do. And the funny thing, Megan was all about love. She had this period with love. She would go, let's talk about love. Well, we're going to talk about love. And then she had this period, love, everyone loves. And then there was this one time where she's like, she printed off all these lyrics for Hillsong songs. And that was her devotional, singing. And I remember Christine is this Irish lady, older lady, is in her 30s. Yeah. And she did not like it at all. So me and Trista were the singers, and we belt our hearts out. And Megan was all like totally in it, and Christine would be sitting there going, I don't know what to do. Jesus. Those were good times. Those were like moving in with the sisters and like a Christian household was just the best thing to do. We had times where we would have our. Do you remember those times where we would have our house services in our apartment in Walthamstow? But we had about 20 to 25 people come, and we would have to make tea. And we had this big pot. It was this big, and Megan would literally boil water in there, chuck like 10 bags in it, and then she would like scoop cups of tea out of it.
Oh no way! Come on, Megan.
That's the way to do it. I would be making scrambled eggs for the brothers in the morning, and then people would come and I'm making scrambled eggs because nobody had eaten, so I'll be making scrambled eggs for people. And that was the first time I learned how to make scrambled eggs. So I make the scrambled eggs for the brothers because the brothers have a habit of not eating breakfast. Oh.
That's true.
No, but seriously, that was like, I miss those times. I had a box room. My room was literally, do you remember my room, Steve? I don't know, my room was literally, how big? I would say from this, like, from here to there, and then to here.
What?
That's narrow. I had a bed which broke. So I was sleeping on the floor of my mattress, and I had a little nightstand, and then I had a little cupboard, and then my clothing, all my clothes were in the living room.
Oh my God.
And so, literally, like I had so many fun times there. When one time I woke up and there was a spider, and I was paralyzed with fear. I was like, what do I do? And the first person I call a brother. I'm like, I love you, bro. I don't know what to do. And he's like, okay, calm down. And Trista and Megan were at the GLC. And the Jubilee. And I was by myself in this big house. And I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, and he's like, okay, get up. I'm like, no, because then it will move. And he's like, get up and take your pillow. I'm like, it's gone. I don't know where it is. And I just shake out my pillow. And then he's like, okay, now open the door and run to Trista's room. Because it was across the hallway. So I run to Trista's room. And he's like, take Trista's pillows and put them in front of the door because there's like little caps. And I'm like, and then he has to calm me down for another 15 minutes before I could go back to sleep.
Oh my God.
But those were good times, man. You never saw our apartment, Moses, did you?
Wow.
So how long ago was that?
That was, well, in August. No, it's maybe close to 4 years.
4 years ago.
Maybe 3 and a half.
What year?
2008, going on 2009.
Cool.
Yeah, that was good times. Sam the Fruit Man.